Hi gamers, Coach Nate here, and in today's workout we are going over how to do a basic site execution. With this, your enemy's site anchors won't be able to stand a chance as they get bombarded with utility while your team holds W onto site. Now, let's hop into the rest of the workout. For today's warm-up, play one Swift play and choose any agent of your liking except a Sentinel. Then, when you're on attack, try and use your utility as you imagine you would on an execution. Try to clear and cut angles on whatever agent specifically with your utility, and then hold at an angle as your teammates run in. First, let's break down the stages of site execution. After choosing the site you want to hit, you have to decide how you will approach the site. Are you going to fake, go slow, go fast, and what choke points you want to enter the site from, with the last one probably being the most important. Then you want to decide what utility you want to use in your execution. Where is the controller going to smoke? Where is our initiator going to throw his utility? And where is our duelist going to entry into site? All these questions should be answered before you even step foot onto site. This process can get pretty complicated pretty fast once you start adding in other factors like ults, where the enemy team is playing, and whether they are playing for a retake or anchoring the site. But today we are just going to focus on the basics, which would be one controller, one initiator, and one duelist site execution. If you have watched my other workouts from season 1, you should know where all the agent's utility should go when you are attacking a site. The next step is to layer that utility together, and then you have the site execution. The key to layering the utility properly comes down to timing. If your utility is too staggered, it doesn't have the same effect as if you get the timings down right. If your jet is dashing as the Sova dart's landing, it becomes a lot harder for the enemy to break the Sova dart if you're getting swung at the same time. This means that even if the jet then loses the fight, the player on site is getting scanned, which makes it a lot easier to trade them. This layering effect is not always perfect, but the closer you can get, the better. Okay, so now that we have the site, what do we do now? Now that we have the site, the next step is to use whatever utility we have left to delay the defender's retake attempts. We also want to space our utility out. We don't want to use everything we have on our site execution, or else there'll be nothing left to counter the defenders as they retake. When doing a site execution, it's almost your goal to use as few abilities as possible, while also making sure you are doing your due diligence to clear angles, so that you then have enough utility to cycle through after you have the site. Whether that is throwing a Sova dart to stop the run out, throwing a shallow smoke and ratting in it, or even taking aggressive peeks at the right time. Site executions are a balance between using too much or too little utility. Now I want you guys to play 2 ranked games with a duo and work on your site executions. Make sure one of the 2 of you is a controller, initiator, and/or duelist. Before every round, make sure to create a plan of where you want to attack and what pace you are going to go at. Then practice layering utility on each site take, and then cycle your util once you have the site, with the key detail of making sure you are not overusing your utility. Of course, when you're choosing a site to hit, you should think about what ultimates you have and what ultimates the enemy has. Choosing the right site is half the battle when doing a site execution. You could have the best execution in the world, but if you're running into 3 people with ults, then it's going to be near impossible. Learning site execution comes with time and playing the game. There are so many potential combinations of utility at your disposal. Part of learning is just to simply try stuff out. If your execution gets stuffed one round, think about how you could improve it or what could have been done differently. Run a fake, try and split a site, or even just hit a site at a different time. Learning how to create a site execution in every scenario just comes with time playing the game. There's no way to sadly speed up this process. Now that you know the basics of a site execution, it's time to coordinate your team to victory. Make sure, if you haven't, to watch my other workouts from season 1, as they are key to being able to understand this workout and the next. Once again, I'm Coach Nate, and have a great day.